Time passed by second. Within the inner space of the Lovesick tree, there was little difference from the outside world. One day outside equaled one day here. However, the ever-present pink void made it difficult to discern the passage of time. Boom! Over the span of several months, Xiao had remained seated at the root of the Lovesick tree's origin, continuously urging the flame mantra to control the two battle cores, absorbing the immense energy within the Lovesick fruit. The cultivation of a Do-D, Battle Emperor, involved harnessing the power of life and death. Upon reaching the Do-Xian stage, the power of life and death condensed into Do-Xian energy, which further compressed into the battle core, taking on distinct attributes. In the cultivation of a Do-Xian, the core objective was to refine the battle core. For most, the battle core measured dozens of meters in size. Only by compressing it into a grain-sized core could one ascend to the peak of the Do-Xian stage and approach reincarnation. Beyond the 8-star Do-Xian level lay the reincarnation realm, which was divided into 9 stages. Only after completing the 9th cycle could one reach the divine seat. However, the so-called gods were elusive entities within the great thousand worlds, and their existence remained a mystery. Even so, beings of that caliber could likely destroy entire planes with a mere gesture. Whoosh whoosh. In an instant, the fiery beast slumbering in Xiao Do-Chi Sea, a condensed glowing mass resembling a fierce flame beast, emitted a greedy aura as it continually absorbed the power of the Lovesick fruit. It seemed to be vying with Xiao for the energy. One day, noticing this absurd scene, Xiao couldn't help but curse inwardly. The origin of the flame beast was mysterious, rumored to be the king of all beasts. It had previously fallen into hibernation, but now it shamelessly seized resources right in front of him. Xiao expression darkened. The two battle cores, one fiery red and the other verdant green, representing fire and wood attributes, remained massive, spherical cores tens of meters in size. Yet, after absorbing a significant portion of the energy from the Lovesick fruit, they began to show subtle changes. Boom! Xiao controlled 1/10 of the fruit's energy, diverting it toward the flame beast's glowing mass. This seemingly small portion of energy was equivalent to a celestial-grade elixir of the 4th rank. I hope you'll prove useful next time. Otherwise, consuming so many resources for nothing would be hard to justify. As the glowing mass of the flame beast absorbed the energy, it dimmed once more. However, Xiao noticed an extraordinary transformation occurring within the flame beast. Once this transformation was complete, it might be reborn. The energy of the Lovesick fruit is truly immense. Even after absorbing it for so long, there's still plenty left. Xiao shook his head after realizing both of his battle cores were nearing saturation. Boom! The fruit still held 1/4 of its energy, but as Xiao battle cores reached their limit, the excess energy became restless, surging uncontrollably within his body. This isn't good at this rate. I'll explode. Alarmed, Xiao realized the Lovesick fruit's energy, although pure, contained a unique power of lovesickness, making it difficult to fully assimilate. Fine, little guy. Consider this your lucky day. Without hesitation, Xiao roared and unleashed a brilliant suction force, channeling the remaining energy of the fruit into his Do-Chi Sea. Whoosh whoosh. As the radiant energy entered the sea, the two battle cores emitted wary auras. Bang, bang, bang. Recognizing Xiao intent, the mysterious glowing mass surrounding the flame beast began to release tendrils of energy, deftly guiding the remaining power of lovesickness into itself. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The once unruly power swiftly flowed into the glowing mass, drawn by its overwhelming suction force. For the flame beast, this energy was a precious elixir. Moments later, all the residual energy had been absorbed by the glowing mass, leaving none behind. Clatter! Soon after, an irresistible and terrifying aura erupted from within the glowing mass of the flame beast. Wait, this aura? What is the connection between this little one and the demon emperor? Why do I feel an aura so similar to his from this oppressive force? The devourer of souls exclaimed in astonishment. Although the devourer of souls was not as overwhelmingly powerful as the demon emperor, the ruler of the demon realm, he was capable of standing his ground against him. He was also familiar with the Demon Emperor's aura. Now, sensing a resemblance to it emanating from the aura of the King of Beasts within Xiao, he couldn't hide his surprise. Never mind. This is something my disciple can handle on his own in the future. A moment later, the Devourer of Souls chose to remain silent, calming himself. Whoosh whoosh. Break through to the late stage of 3-star Docian for me. Xiao pupils contracted tightly as he resolved the remaining power of lovesickness. In an instant, a terrifying and indescribable energy surged from within him. Boom, boom, boom. As Xiao spoke, the pink space around him grew restless. Inside his body, his 2 battle cores spun rapidly, scattering the newly absorbed power of lovesickness throughout his limbs and bones. This energy nourished his body, pushing its strength to a new level. Boom! A muffled, thunderous sound echoed from deep within Xiao. His aura steadily climbed higher. Finally, I've reached the peak of the 3-star Docian. Xiao smiled with satisfaction, sensing his breakthrough. However, he hadn't expected the energy contained within the lovesick fruit to be so immense, comparable to the energy of a Docian pill. The catch was that absorbing the lovesick fruit required the power of lovesickness. Without it, the fruit would be no different from an ordinary one. Having smoothly advanced to the peak of the 3-star Docian, Xiao failed to notice a portion of the power of lovesickness and some other forces from the fruit entering his sacred flame space. Within it, subtle mutations were beginning to occur, accompanied by the distinct fluctuation of a domain forming. The spirit of the lovesick tree instructed me to find her after absorbing the fruit using the power of lovesickness. Now that Xiao had broken through to the late stage of 3-star Docian, he hesitated briefly. Through minute changes in the power of lovesickness and his spiritual strength, Xiao sensed that the lovesick tree before him held untold secrets. Yet, the choice remained, to first seek the spirit of the lovesick tree or to absorb the Docian pill. Forget it. For now, I'll focus on absorbing the Docian pill. After a moment's thought, Xiao made his decision. His plan was clear. First absorb the Docian pill to advance to the early stage of 4-star Docian. Then seek the spirit of the lovesick tree to uncover her conditions. Once he fulfilled this, he would conclude his time with the tree. His next step would be to join the sect competition and head to the Earth Hall in search of the 7-path soul-luring lamp. With a clear plan in mind, he wasted no time. A delicate jade bottle appeared in his hand. Inside the bottle, a pill the size of a dragon's eye glowed faintly. The edges of the bottle bore faint, dark red patterns radiating a powerful suppressive force, clearly designed to contain the extraordinary energy of the Docian pill. Despite having its intelligence erased, the pill's energy could still break free if mishandled. A pill of the 5th grade of the immortal rank. It truly is extraordinary, Xiao remarked, clearly intrigued by its power. The 5th grade immortal rank required at least the strength of a 5-star Docian to craft. By comparison, Xiao current alchemy level barely reached the 4th grade. Boom! As the Docian pill emerged, it instinctively released waves of energy, attempting to escape its confinement. Yet, the dark red patterns on the jade bottle flickered and immediately suppressed it. Seems like Elder D had a personal bias. Xiao chuckled. While Elder D had provided both him and Xiao Gui with a Docian pill, the quality of the pills differed greatly. Xiao pill clearly exceeded Xiao Gui's in potency. Fire, come forth. Without further hesitation, Xiao summoned a circle of earthy yellow flames that enveloped him. Having recently absorbed the power of lovesickness, Xiao body was saturated with energy. However, the unique composition of the Docian pill's medicinal energy allowed it to neutralize the residual power of the lovesick fruit. By combining the forces of both the fruit and the pill, Xiao could perfectly absorb their energies. This dual absorption would make his breakthrough to 4-star Docian an effortless task. Boom! Docian pill. Where do you think you're going? Get over here. A cold snort rang out, and a brilliant voice suddenly resounded through the space. Whoosh! Whoosh! At that moment, the Docian pill, wrapped in dark red patterns, trembled violently upon hearing this. It erupted with terrifying resistance, trying desperately to escape. It seemed aware that if it were caught by Xiao, its end would be near. Bang! 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 Unfortunately, Xiao wouldn't give it that chance. His mighty sacred flame surged forward, shattering the dark red jade bottle encasing the Douxian pill. The pill was instantly engulfed in the sacred flame. Buzz! 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 Without the suppression of the dark red patterns, the Douxian pill seemed to regain a new lease on life. However, before it could rejoice, the radiant sacred flame roared toward it, clearly intent on devouring it. A pill that has lost its sentience and can only move instinctively. Come to me. Xiao lips curled into a faint smile as he reached out, his hand glowing with radiant power. He grasped toward the fiery sea, attempting to capture the pill. Boom, boom, boom. Despite the pill's immense power, Xiao sacred flame continuously weakened it. Then, with Xiao decisive action, the pill was firmly caught, unable to move. Bang! 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 Muffled thuds echoed from Xiao palm, as the Douxian pill struggled fiercely during its refinement. After several breaths, the commotion in Xiao hand subsided. The Douxian pill was slowly melting and breaking down in his grasp. Time to absorb it. Seeing the pill had lost all vitality, Xiao finally breathed a sigh of relief. Although the Douxian pill was of a high grade, it lacked sentience, so it posed no real threat in his hands. Whoosh! Whoosh! Held in Xiao hand, the Douxian pill released streams of pure energy that flowed into his body, spreading through his limbs and bones. However, unlike the energy from the Lovesick fruit he had previously absorbed, the energy from the Douxian pill was not only potent but also neutralized the lingering power of lovesickness within him. The two forces gradually fused and began undergoing a mysterious transformation in the sacred flame space within Xiao. Thus, Xiao sat down and entered cultivation. 1 year passed in this state. During this year, Xiao continuously absorbed the energy of the Douxian pill. Perhaps the intensity of his previous breakthrough or the remnants of the power of lovesickness had delayed him significantly. One day, as a strange silver-black thundercloud emerged abruptly in the pink void above, Xiao ancient and unmoving eyes slowly opened. The 4-star Douxian tribulation? It has finally arrived. After a moment, Xiao deep voice echoed, tinged with a trace of aura distinct from his previous 3-star Douxian state. 4-star Douxian. Xiao power had now reached the level of a 4-star Douxian. However, he knew that only by overcoming the Douxian tribulation could he truly claim success in his breakthrough. Boom, boom, boom. In the skies, silver-black thunder raged like a feral beast, roaring furiously. Bolts of lightning descended, striking the roots of the lovesick tree. The shocking sight startled Xiao, but such attacks seemed to have little effect on the ancient tree, which had survived tens of thousands of years. What terrifying thunderous power! Xiao muttered, frowning. His soul clone, Xiao, had been left guarding the crystal veins of the 10,000 fires sect under the second elder before Xiao departure. Otherwise, Xiao's power could have easily devoured such thunder. Without Xiao knew he would need to employ special methods to deal with this. Whoosh! Whoosh! The silver-black thundercloud at the top of the pink void grew increasingly brilliant, emanating a sense of extreme unease. Xiao had once been unaware of the strength of the Douxian tribulation. Now, he understood. A 1-star Douxian faced a single tribulation. A 2-star Douxian endured 2, and so forth. Now, as Xiao sought to break through to 4-star Douxian, he faced a daunting 4 tribulations. Boom, boom, boom. The silver-black thunder roared like a divine force descending in fury. The deafening thunder seemed to mock Xiao audacity, declaring his folly and unleashing its unstoppable, prideful wrath. For tribulations, bring it on. Xiao gaze deepened, and he activated the dragon god transformation, remaining vigilant as he stared at the terrifying silver-black thundercloud overhead. With his strength rapidly advancing by 2 minor levels, Xiao dragon god transformation brought about tremendous enhancements. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. A sudden sound rang out as countless silver-black thunderclouds trembled violently above the pink-hued void. Amidst the turbulence, a faint yet immensely concealed fluctuation of thunder emerged. This fluctuation was far more domineering than any thunder Xiao had encountered during his past pill refinement. Xiao did not understand the intricate classification of thunder's power. Such knowledge likely belonged only to exalted figures like the Thunder Lord. However, Xiao was well aware that each Douxian tribulation, triggered by breakthroughs among Douxian experts, brought thunder with power unlike anything before. Whoosh! The silver-black thunderclouds above the void seemed enraged by Xiao unyielding stance. His body exuded dazzling fighting intent, causing the clouds to roar furiously. In an instant, a bolt of thunder, unstoppable in its might, shot down toward Xiao, who stood atop the Lovesick tree's roots. Boom! The silver-black thunderbolt, formed from terrifying thunder, carried devastating power. Despite Xiao preparations, it still forced him back dozens of meters before he managed to stabilize himself. The first tribulation's thunder, such terrifying power. After enduring the initial strike of the Douxian tribulation, Xiao expression turned grim as he spoke. The strength of this silver-black thunder rivaled the gray thunder of the Thunder Lord. However, Xiao understood that the Thunder Lord's gray thunder contained a deadly threat, likely restrained due to the incomplete mastery of reincarnation power. Once the Thunder Lord fully completed his reincarnation, that gray thunder could become one of the most fearsome forces in the Great Thousand Worlds. Crackle, crackle. The first thunder tribulation had been deflected with little impact on Xiao. Yet above the void, the countless silver-black thunderclouds churned once more, releasing streams of brilliant electric currents. These currents weren't purely thunder. Instead, they resembled a liquid form, but their silver-black glow radiated an extraordinarily fearsome fluctuation. Even a trace of this liquid could inflict severe injury. Heavenly finger of the firmament. The second finger. The third finger. Facing the overpowering tribulation, Xiao Do core surged. Channeling the sacred flame, he unleashed the 3 strikes of the heavenly finger of the firmament. Only then was he barely able to withstand the second thunder tribulation. However, the intense counterforce from the thunder left Xiao fingertips trembling violently. Third and fourth tribulations at the same time? After resisting the second strike, Xiao gaze turned serious as he watched the silver-black thunderclouds. These clouds were now slowly converging. It seemed that the first 2 tribulations had been casual displays of power. Now, recognizing Xiao strength, the clouds prepared to unleash their true might with a dual assault. Bring it on. Xiao growled. His brilliant soul power, spiritual energy, and sacred flame coalesced into 3 layers of formidable shields around his body, attempting to diminish the impact of the thunder tribulation. Boom! The churning thunderclouds trembled violently before a massive serpent. Its body covered in intricate lightning patterns, emerged abruptly from the center. The thunder serpent's cold, indifferent eyes locked onto the diminutive figure of Xiao below, as if declaring his impending demise. A tribulation of this magnitude must exceed the 4-star Douxian level. The combined power of the third and fourth strikes has likely reached the mid-stage of a 4-star Douxian. Xiao eyes remained fixed on the fearsome serpent as he spoke solemnly. The Douxian tribulation scales its strength based on the breakthrower's power. The stronger the individual, the fiercer the tribulation. However, overcoming it results in Douxian power far more refined and formidable than that of ordinary experts, the Devourer of Souls explained. In that case, come at me. Xiao clenched his teeth and roared. Boom! Seemingly provoked by Xiao defiance, the ferocious serpent writhed, its massive body crackling with thunder as it shot toward Xiao. Its sheer speed caused tremors within the inner space of the Lovesick tree. Boom! The terrifying serpent struck Xiao 3 protective shields in rapid succession. The sacred flame's shield shattered instantly. Moments later, the spiritual energy shield also dissipated. A few breaths later, even the soul-powered shield, the strongest of the 3, was obliterated completely. Meanwhile, the Thunder Serpent remained unscathed. Bang! 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 With no obstacles remaining, the serpent surged forward, striking at Xiao Yin with unmatched ferocity. Clatter, clatter. By now, Xiao Yin was drenched in sweat. Despite exhausting every ounce of his strength, he was still forced into a desperate retreat by the relentless serpent. Purgatory Formation Map. With a cold snort, the pink-hued space was instantly filled with a molten lava world, slightly alleviating Xiao Yan's pressure. However, the crisis was far from resolved. Fist of Creation. Second punch. Shatter for me. In an instant, Xiao Yin clenched his fist tightly, and a peculiar pattern silently emerged. Without hesitation, he hurled it toward the ferocious Thunder Serpent in front of him. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The Thunder Serpent's might was extraordinary, but under Xiao Yan's fierce attack, the lightning coursing through its body dimmed momentarily. After all, the power behind Xiao Yan's assault was equally formidable. It still hasn't shattered? Xiao Yan exclaimed, stunned that his all-out efforts had failed to break the Thunder Serpent. Then let's see how you handle this. Wood Skyvine? Suddenly, a smile broke out across Xiao Yan's face. The battle-hardened expression gave way to amusement as the wood attribute Do core within him slowly surged. In an instant, the searing flames around him were replaced by vibrant green wood energy. At the same time, the Purgatory Formation Map quietly faded away, replaced by a lush green aura that engulfed the space. Rustle, rustle. Moments later, colossal green vines, each tens of meters thick, sprang up beneath the Thunder Serpent's feet. These vines emanated an overwhelming life force and immediately coiled around the serpent, binding it tightly. Now, let's see if you'll die this time. First finger of the firmament. With a cold snort, a green beam of energy condensed into a sharp ray that seemed capable of piercing the heavens. It shot toward the Thunder Serpent at lightning speed. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Sensing its impending doom, the Thunder Serpent struggled desperately. However, bound by Xiao Yan's unique wood attribute vines, its efforts were futile. Whoosh! The green ray effortlessly pierced through the serpent's body. Instantly, the Thunder Serpent and the thunderclouds above dissipated into nothingness. Huff, huff. Finally, I've reached the early stage of 4-star Docian. Xiao Yan exhaled deeply, satisfaction spreading across his face as the pink-hued space reverted to normal. Now, with his early 4-star Docian strength and the power of his flames, Xiao Yan felt confident he could easily handle most mid-4-star Docian opponents. Even some late 4-star Docian experts were no longer beyond his reach. As for the wood attribute Do skill Xiao Yan had just unleashed, it came from a scroll he had acquired long ago. He had already mastered it, but had refrained from using it to conceal his abilities. If Xiao Yan were to simultaneously wield both fire and wood attributes, the combined power could rival that of a perfect 4-star Docian. With my current strength and the mysterious effects of the flame-swallowing technique, I can temporarily reach the peak of late 4-star Docian. If I were to face Ling Yu now, I definitely have the strength to fight him head-on. Xiao Yan assessed his internal energy and smiled confidently. Heh. Satisfied already, little one? Moments later, the figure of the Devourer of Souls floated out, his face filled with a smug grin. Teacher, what do you mean by that? Are you planning to reward your hardworking disciple with some treasures? Xiao Yan teased with a laugh. Ahem. Don't get ahead of yourself. On the path of cultivation, one must rely on their own effort, step by step. The Devourer of Souls coughed to hide his awkwardness before continuing in a serious tone. Xiao Yan could only sigh helplessly. Clearly, this esteemed master, ruler of a domain, was not one to part with his treasures easily. But there is something I believe will pique your interest. The Devourer of Souls' tone shifted, a sense of pride evident in his voice. What is it? Xiao Yan asked, his curiosity piqued. Given his recent consumption of the Lovesick fruit and the Docian pill, he couldn't imagine anything else here that would interest him, aside from perhaps the spirit of the Lovesick tree. However, neither the Devourer of Souls nor his companion seemed to recognize it, so Xiao Yin held little hope. Summon your 2 sacred flames and the great heavenly seed. Then, check your sacred flame space. Hearing this, Xiao Yan's eyes narrowed as he seemed to sense something extraordinary. Without hesitation, he unleashed his 2 sacred flames and the great heavenly seed. The earthy yellow fire heart heavenly rock and the azure ghost-faced soul flame materialized in the void. As they emerged, their fiery auras clashed instantly. After a brief contest, the ghost-faced soul flame emerged victorious, showcasing the vast disparity in their strength. Meanwhile, the great heavenly seed retreated to a distance, clearly unwilling to meddle in the fiery battle. Sacred flame space, come forth. Focusing his mind, Xiao Yin attempted to summon the sacred flame space. What greeted him, however, was an eerie silence. What's going on? Sacred flame space, come forth? Xiao Yin shouted, his tone growing urgent. Yet no matter how many times he called out, the sacred flame space stubbornly refused to appear. Strange. I can clearly sense the sacred flame space within me. Could it be because of the Lovesick tree? Xiao Yin asked doubtfully. No, try again. Moments later, the devourer of souls chuckled. Come out. Hearing this, Xiao Yin shouted anxiously. In no time, a devouring force surged from within Xiao Yan's body, swiftly consuming the remnants of sacred flame inside him. Rumble. Perhaps provoked or threatened. An earthen yellow barrier-like special space suddenly erupted around Xiao Yin in the pinkish realm he stood. As the earthen yellow barrier emerged, an overwhelming sense of danger quietly surfaced. Swish, swish. The moment this barrier filled with earthen yellow flames appeared, Xiao Yin realized he possessed absolute control over it. In disbelief, he questioned, is this a barrier? Barriers were techniques employed by powerful figures to envelop a specific space temporarily, often to kill without a trace. You brat! This is a domain. A furious voice suddenly rang out. Domain? Xiao Yan's pupils contracted tightly, and a wave of shock rose in his heart. Although this isn't a true domain yet, it's close enough. When you unleash a domain, your power gains its blessing and augmentation, while your opponent's strength is restricted and suppressed. To put it bluntly, at this moment, you're practically invincible beneath the level of a 5-star Do Xian. Barring some extreme outliers, the Devourer of Souls explained with a smile. Teacher, I remember you once said that domains are categorized into embryonic forms, half-domains, and true domains. Which level does mine belong to? Xiao Yin asked joyfully. It should be a half-domain. Moreover, the embryonic form of your domain originates from the sacred flame space of the Fireheart Heavenly Rock. In the future, by integrating other sacred flames, its power could become unimaginably terrifying, the Devourer of Souls said with some envy. Teacher, within this domain, apart from the Fireheart Heavenly Rock's original power, it seems there's another force, Xiao Yin observed after further inspection. What kind of force? The Devourer of Souls inquired. The power of lovesickness. With a wave of his hand, Xiao Yin caused a pinkish energy to suddenly manifest within the domain. Judging by its appearance, it was clear he now wielded complete control over this power of lovesickness. The power of lovesickness is mysterious and unfathomable. Its true capabilities will take time for you to uncover, the Devourer of Souls remarked. However, your domain isn't just a fire domain. It also contains the power of lovesickness. Why not take this chance to give it a name? He suggested with a smile. The sacred flame space of the Fireheart Heavenly Rock, coupled with the power of lovesickness. How about Lovesickness Flame Domain? After a moment of contemplation, Xiao Yin lightly touched the sacred flame core at his chest. As the name left his lips, the sacred flame core exuded a profound sense of joy. Lovesickness Flame Domain, Xiao Yin murmured. Lovesickness entwined, flames encompassed. Not bad at all. From now on, within this domain, you'll not only manipulate the dazzling flames and rock powers of the Fireheart Heavenly Rock but also, with the integration of other sacred flames, command their powers as well, the Devourer of Souls explained. Typically, domains are constructed around a single attribute or power. Yours is the first I've ever seen combining multiple forces. I can't tell whether it's a blessing or a curse." He sighed, half pleased and half concerned. He was pleased because Xiao Yan's future fusion of sacred flames could lead to an unmatched domain, potentially propelling him to the pinnacle of the Great Thousand Worlds. He was concerned, however, because if Xiao Yan were captured by enemies, such a domain could spell catastrophe if it fell into the wrong hands. "Teacher, don't worry." Xiao Yan's voice carried unwavering conviction. "The power I've cultivated will be used for righteous purposes." "That's good to hear." The Devourer of Souls grinned. "Seems like we've stumbled upon a treasure this time," Xiao Yan said with a smile tugging at his lips. Unexpectedly, this serendipitous event had led to the emergence of a half-domain. Though incomplete, the future integration of sacred flames might elevate it into a top-tier domain, one capable of dominating the battlefield. That's about all you need to know regarding domains for now. As you battle others, you'll naturally discover more benefits, the Devourer of Souls concluded, offering further guidance on domain-related matters. Understood. Since everything here is settled, the next step is to head to the place mentioned by the spirit of the Lovesick tree. It will also be the final destination of the Lovesick tree. The next moment, Xiao Yan turned around and performed a solemn bow toward the roots of the Lovesick tree. Immediately, the dazzling pink power of lovesickness surged around him, pulling him toward the interior of the tree. Xiao Yan did not know if the tree could sense his gratitude, but the significant gains from this journey made him deeply respectful. After all, beings like the Lovesick tree, with their ancient and long-lived existence, naturally carried countless mysteries and variables. Whoosh! Whoosh! Moments later, pink energy abruptly emerged from Xiao Yan's body, enveloping him entirely. In the blink of an eye, he transformed into a streak of light and was drawn into the inner space of the Lovesick tree. This is... Xiao Yan suddenly realized that the interior of this colossal tree was an entirely different world. The outermost towering tree seemed to be merely an energy form created to protect itself. The place Xiao Yan had just been in was the true essence of the tree. And now, he had entered even deeper, stepping into the core of its existence. "You've arrived." A soft, ethereal voice echoed, and Xiao Yan's vision slowly became clear. What came into view was a strange space, small but mysterious. At its center stood a radiant pillar of light, wrapped in countless pink energies and leaves. Surrounding the area was an overwhelming concentration of the pink power of lovesickness. Even the nearby pink leaves fluttered lightly as though stirred by an invisible breeze. "This is the tree's crown," came a feminine voice as a figure emerged silently from behind the countless leaves. The figure was a woman with flowing pink hair. Her graceful curves and dazzling aura made it clear she was no ordinary being. Her eyes carried a peculiar sadness as she gazed intently at Xiao Yan. Thump, thump. Under her gaze, Xiao Yan felt an inexplicable fear welling up inside him. The two sacred flame crystals within his body began to pulsate violently. His eyes instinctively shifted toward the pink pillar of light above, as if he had sensed something extraordinary. The tree's crown. What could that be? Xiao Yan murmured as he observed the pink mist enshrouding the core of this space. Coupled with the strange reaction of the sacred flame crystals within him, he couldn't help but feel a mix of awe and curiosity. "I am the sacred flame guardian and also the spirit of the Lovesick tree," the woman replied calmly, her gaze fixed on the pink, mist-shrouded core. "Sacred flame guardian?" Xiao Yan's pupils contracted sharply as waves of emotion surged within him. "Could it be?" "Heartbreak flame," the woman stated plainly, as though she had already anticipated Xiao Yan's thoughts. Given her strength, it was no surprise that she had long noticed the latent sacred flame within him. Otherwise, she would never have gifted him the precious lovesick fruit. With her words, the pink mist at the center of the crown began to dissipate, revealing an astonishing sight. "This is..." Xiao Yan's heart trembled as the mysterious pillar of light faded, unveiling an unexpected scene. Before them, the lovesick tree had vanished completely. In its place stood two enormous statues, towering several hundred meters high. From these statues emanated an overwhelming, ferocious aura, akin to terrifying beasts. Clearly, these figures had been formidable powerhouses in their lifetimes. Wait, Xiao Yan's eyes widened as he noticed something. The woman on that statue, it's you, he exclaimed, his gaze shifting back and forth between the sacred flame guardian and the female figure depicted on the statue. Despite the slight lack of clarity in the statue's features, its general outline was identical to the sacred flame guardian standing before him. Look again, the woman said without surprise. Her tone suggested that she had intentionally led Xiao Yan to this realization. These two statues, they look like a couple. But why are they embracing each other? What are they doing? Xiao Yan murmured as he observed their positions. Go closer and see for yourself, she instructed. Hovering at the base of the massive statues, Xiao Yan could only make out vague gestures due to their sheer size. Gathering his courage, he activated his flames and the power of lovesickness, propelling himself toward the center of the statues. This is... Xiao Yan's voice trembled as he reached their chests. There, he discovered a strange hollow at the point where the two figures embraced. This hollow, it feels like something is missing here. Boom! An indescribable roar suddenly surged from within Xiao Yan, causing the two quiet, sacred flame crystals in his body to become abruptly restless. Wait, this hollow space, it actually resembles a sacred flame crystal? In an instant, Xiao Yan seemed to have uncovered a shocking secret, muttering in disbelief. The man before you is, in fact, my husband. We are both guardians, saved by the Lovesick tree, and thus remain here to this day. The power of lovesickness here is rather peculiar, but perfectly suited for our cultivation. However, the Lovesick tree doesn't possess just two treasures, it actually has three. That third treasure is none other than the 15th ranked flame on the sacred flame list. Heartbreak Flame. The woman's beautiful eyes slowly fixated on the two massive stone statues in the void, murmuring softly. Her voice was tinged with sorrow, though the reason for her sadness was unclear. Heartbreak Flame, Xiao Yan whispered, his voice filled with fervent passion. This level of sacred flame could rival divine existences. The flame was extraordinary, imbued with the unique power of lovesickness. While this power might seem insignificant to ordinary people, for those deeply in love or tormented by yearning, this flame contained a terrifying energy capable of reviving the dead and regenerating flesh. If the two of you are guarding the Heartbreak Flame, then why can't I feel its power? It feels as though it no longer exists. After a moment, Xiao Yan spoke solemnly, his tone filled with doubt. Hearing this, the woman remained silent, standing quietly beside Xiao Yan. Her beautiful eyes gradually shifted from sorrow to an intense and terrifying killing intent.